Get ready for University of Georgia basketball.
Thanks to Matt Schweikert in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. And we'll jump into the first half stats right after we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network. First half numbers for Georgia. Shooting percentage came up a little bit there in the last 8 or 9 minutes of the half for the Dogs. Finished the first half shooting 39.5%, 13 of 33. And we were scorching hot from three-point range, 9 of 18 on three-pointers, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Ole Miss shot 50% in the half, 16 of 32. They were 2 of 8 on threes and 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Georgia +3 in rebounding. And that includes 10 offensive boards, 20 rebounds to 17 for Ole Miss. The Dogs also had 10 assists in that first half on their 13 baskets, only 4 turnovers, 2 steals and a block shot. Ole Miss, 6 assists on 16 buckets, 3 turnovers, 3 steals, and a block shot. Leading scorer in the game is Jeremiah Wilkinson for Georgia. He's got 15. He's 5 for 7 on threes. No one else in double figures for the Dogs. Cannon Catchings has 7. Somto with 6. He's got 5 points and a block shot. Leading scorer for Ole Miss has 9, and that is A.J. Storr, who went 4 for 8. Has a couple of rebounds as well. Second half, Georgia and Ole Miss is coming up right after this. It's the Dogs 40, Ole Miss 35, as we get ready for the final 20 minutes here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through February 2nd, 2026. 0 down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax, tag registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free premium delivery on any bed with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
All right, Chuck, if you were in the locker room at the half, what adjustment would you be making in favor of Georgia?
Well, I think what Georgia has to do is do a little bit, tighten up on those those long twos that they're taking, because that's where they're doing all their damage. And Mike talked about that to you prior to the game, that they were good at that. And I'll be darned, he's right.
He actually saw the video.
Yeah.
Ole Miss with the ball to start the second half. This time they hoist a 3. Unguarded Patton Pinkins from the left corner, and he hits it. And that quickly makes it 40-38. Georgia with a 3. Wilkinson is no good, but he got fouled on the three-point shot. And the Dogs are going to the line for 3 free throws here with Jeremiah Wilkinson.
Well, boy, that was quick.
Six-one sophomore guard, Powder Springs, Georgia. Transfer from Cal, left-handed shooter, free throw number 1, front of the rim, and no good. Wilkinson with 15 points on the strength of his three-point shooting. Hit 5 threes in the first half. Free throw number 2, and that one hit the back of the rim. A little over-adjustment there by Jeremiah, so he's 0 for 2 on his 3 foul shots. Now Jason Baker, one of the officials, wants to talk with Doug Shows.
Well, Chris Beard was asking that official to check with Doug about. Doug said absolutely not. I don't know what he was asking.
And Jeremiah will make the back end of the 3 free throws. He made 1 out of 3. 41-38. Steal by Catchings in the backcourt to Ross. Lay-in blocked by Ole Miss. They pick up the bouncing ball with Elias Comardine, the senior guard from France. It's guarded by Blue Cane on the logo. Dribbles to our right in front court. Just underway here in the second half. Dogs have a 3-point lead now. Comardine off the right wing. Picks up his dribble. To Dia inside the arc. Fadeaway 2. No good. Rebound. Chest had it. We knocked him to the floor. Fouled him. Knocked the rebound out of his hands because of a pushing foul.
Who was the foul on?
It's on Somto.
Somto, okay.
That's his first. Ole Miss will inbound. New 20 on the shot clock. Comardine to throw it in. Catchings jumping up and down, guarding the throw in. Ole Miss sends it in. Comardine has it now. He sprints to the wing to take the pass from Dia. Over to Shore on the right side. Penetrate. Feed it to Chest along the baseline, guarded by Somto. He drives. Reverse lay-in is deflected by Surreal. Somto got a piece of that, I think. The Dogs have the basketball. Wilkins attacks inside, and he's fouled again, driving right into the teeth of that Ole Miss defense. They had packed everybody in.
Review
It's partially obstructed. Second foul shot is also good. Thanks for the help. Wilkinson makes a pair. The Dogs lead it by 5 again, 43-38. Dia to bring it up over the timeline for Ole Miss. Hands it off to Pinkins, the 6'5 freshman guard. Tries to go by Wilkinson. And drives to the left edge of the lane line. Fadeaway 2 from about 13 feet is good. Pinkins now with 12 points. 3-point lead for the Dogs. Catchings, open 3. Good! Scana Energy 3 on the cannonball. 46-40. Catchings with his third 3 of the game.
Jeremiah did a great job. Once he got that pass, he whipped it immediately to Cannon.
Ole Miss with an answer.
Wow.
Pinkins starting to heat up with a 3 from the corner. He's got 15, and he's suddenly their leading scorer tonight. Pinkins averaging 8 a game, their 4th leading scorer coming into tonight's contest. Ross in the paint, reverse pivot, jump hook, no good. Rebound, Somto tries to sweep it up and lay it in, but misses. Rebound, Ole Miss. Dogs by 3, scramble for a loose ball on the Ole Miss offensive end of the floor. Rebels pick it up, now doubled in the corner. They get out of trouble. Cross court to Comardine. He fakes the 3, drives right into Ross. Jordan's called for a foul. Crowd didn't like it, but the officials don't worry about the crowd. 17:23 to go in the game. Georgia 46, Ole Miss 43. Rebels inbound. They go to the right corner for a three, and Storr hits a three there right in front of their bench.
Well, they have continued their hot shooting. They've got this thing tied.
46 apiece, their third three of the half, and we haven't played 3 minutes here in the second yet. Wilkinson has the ball on the logo, dribbles to his left, sends it into the corner to Ross for a three. Good, he ripped it from the right corner. Scanna Energy three, Jordan Ross. That's his first of the game, our second of the half, and our 11th of the contest. Dogs by 3, 49-46. Rebels basketball. Storr dribbles off the left wing, top of the key. Now back the other direction. Steps into the circle, lobs it to the rim, and a catch and dunk by Corey Chest. 49-48. Georgia with a 1-point lead in the ball. Getting close to the 16-minute mark here in the second half. Ross dribbles right on the wing. Santo getting tied up with Perry out at the head of the key. Pass comes to Kane. A shot fake and a drive by Blue. Lay in, won't go. Rebound Chest for Ole Miss. Storr attacks and has it ripped away. Dogs in transition. Wilkinson with the drive. Alley-oop to Blue, and he missed the lay-in, but a foul is called.
I'm glad you saw that. I didn't see any of it.
Blue went up high above the rim. Wasn't in position to dunk it. The ball kind of jostled in his hands. And then he just tried to lay it in, but it rattled out.
And he got fouled.
Now, if that had been Santo, the roof would have blown off this place. Because we would have been celebrating an alley-oop dunk. Blue Kane at the line. Fouls on Perry for Ole Miss. And Blue going to rattle and roll that free throw in there. Hit the front of the rim. Kind of smooch off the backboard and down through the basket. Blues only got 3 points tonight, all of them at the foul line. Georgia by 2 right now, 50-48. Kane is 0 for 5 from the field tonight. He's missed his three-point attempts as well. Second free throw, a rare miss by Blue Kane. That one rattled out. Kane's only missed 6 free throws all season long, one of the best in the conference at over 91%. Free ball is an air ball by Storr. Ole Miss keeps it alive with a slap out on the offensive rebound. Perry misses a three, another offensive rebound by Storr, and I think a foul is going to be whistled on the Dogs.
It looks that way. Let's see who on Cannon catching, it looks like.
Going into a timeout with 15:42. Dylan James will check in for Georgia after the timeout. Dogs with a 2-point lead as we go into the break. 15:42 to play. It's Georgia 50, Ole Miss 48 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
You need all the energy you can get for game day. Luckily, at Georgia Power, we know a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit GeorgiaPower.com/myenergy to learn more.
Days a year, just call us up, we'll be right there. Our service is guaranteed. As you make me take great care, our experts are always there for you and your family's needs. When your family just can't wait, you can
2:22 to play here in Athens tonight, and Georgia has a 2-point lead over the Ole Miss Rebels in the 127th clash of the Dogs and the Rebels on the hardwood. Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers on the versatile BMW X3 sports activity vehicle. For more details, you can see your local BMW center or visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics and Atlanta BMW and Adams. Say go Dogs. Leading scorer tonight for the Dogs, Jeremiah Wilkinson, 18 points. He had 12 on a 5-for-12 shooting afternoon in South Carolina on Saturday. He was just 1 for 4 on threes, but Chuck, he was red hot in the first half. 5 for 7 on threes in the first half. Again, leads Georgia with 18 points. Catchings with 10. Nobody else double figures for the Dogs.
We needed him to be red hot in the first half, and truth is we need him or somebody to step up right now. We are really struggling to score as we've been accustomed to seeing Georgia score. I mean, it's definitely different tonight.
Ole Miss has possession. And Jiffin to throw it into the near corner right in front of their bench. Justin Bailey's checked in for the Dogs. Up the wing, the ball goes to Storr. He dribbles, guarded by Smurf, who checked in. As did Justin Abson. Cross-court pass into the corner. A head fake and a drive. A one-hander on the left baseline. Floated up and in by Keza Jiffa, the transfer from High Point. It's tied at 50. Dogs with Wilkinson. No look in the paint to Abson. They rip it out of his hands and foul him as he's up in the air going to the basket. Try to go up and dunk it, but he got fouled first.
But, as much as we're struggling to make field goals, they're making them. They're shooting about 56, 57% here in the second half, and they shot 50% in the first half.
They've hit 5 of their first 9 here in a half. Georgia 2 for 6 so far. Absent at the line. And free throw number 1 by the big man is up and in. That's his first point of the game. So the 6'9", 250-pounder from Coconut Creek, Florida. 2 years at App State and 2 years now in Athens. Free throw is up and in. Good. He made it both. Dogs with a 2-point lead, 52-50, and trying to get a steal in the backcourt. Ball got loose, and Wilkinson just couldn't rein it in right on the baseline. He was trying to get a handle on the loose ball.
Dillon could have grabbed it. He happened to be just turning the other way.
Perry to throw it in. Dylan James guarding. And Pinkins has to sprint back to the baseline left to take the inbounds pass. There's a steal at half court. Wilkinson, a little shoot time! Two-handed dunk. Jeremiah Wilkinson, 54-50 Dogs. Wilkinson now with 20. Ole Miss with the ball. Perry, open 3, left side. Good.
Boy, they are just red hot when they shoot it.
It's his first of the game, 21st of the season, at 31% for the former Kentucky Wildcat. 54-53, Dogs by 1 with the ball. Abson flips it to Smurf in the corner. Dribbles it out of trouble. Finds Bailey. No looks it back to Millender. Smurf, left-hand dribble, drives against Storr. Ball rolls off his body. He recovers. 3 to shoot to Abson inside. Muscles up and in. No foul.
You're kidding me.
But he made the
foul.
Whistles were swallowed on that play. Georgia by 3. Ole Miss with the ball. Storr. Kick out. Jiffa, and the 3 is off the rim from the right wing. Rebound to the Dogs. 56-53, Dogs lead. Wilkinson added to it. No, misses the 3 that time.
That's off him. That's off Ole Miss.
Rebound touched out by Jiffa, who's saying he was held by Dylan James, but no foul is called. And Jiffa will come out. It'll be the Dogs' ball. 20 on the shot clock. 13:51 to go in the game.
Jake Wilkins into the game for the first time tonight.
Smurf to inbound. Feeds it into Abson. To Bailey. Catch and shoot 3. Off the rim. No good. Rebound bounces in the paint. Picked up by Storr. He runs left to right. Feeds it out to Perry on the right wing. Dylan James guarded. Perry dribbles it away from trouble. Now across into the lane. Nothing there. Kick out. Comerdine back to Perry in the left corner for a three. Good. Well, they executed that brilliantly. 56 apiece.
Well, the thing they're executing brilliantly is their shooting.
8 for 13 and a half, 61.5%. Bailey drives on the freshman Pinkins, stumbles to the floor, and goes sliding, and a foul is whistled on Ole Miss. Second on Pinkins in the ball game. Smurf, high lob, entry pass to Absent, give it back to Milligan. Smurf one-hands it to Dylan James on the block, and he turns and lays it up. Dylan with his first basket of the game puts Georgia ahead by 2, 58-56. Store on the dribble behind the screen from Chest will launch a deep three. Good straight away. A.J. Store with 15, second three of the half. And Ole Miss takes the lead, 59-58. Georgia for three. Right side, Smurf. It's good. Well, that lead for Ole Miss was short-lived. Georgia now by 2, 61-59.
Thank goodness.
Second three of the game for Smurf. Comerdine, overhead toss into the corner. Hankins, runner along the baseline. That one wouldn't go. He tried to float it up and in with one hand. Rebounded by the Dogs. Georgia turns it over in the backcourt. Ole Miss with a takeaway. Chest to Perry for three. Short side iron. This time Smurf gets the rebound on the baseline.
When we can get them to miss, we get the rebound. Problem is that they hadn't been missing.
Smurf into a double team. And tried to feed it out to Wilkins on the wing, and Store got a hand on it, deflects it into the Georgia bench. The big Dogs ball. Compton checks back in. Cannon Tactics comes back in. They'll join Blue and Wilkins and Smurf on the floor. Dogs inbounded in the front court. Feed it into Blue Kane. He'll hand it to Smurf, who walks on the logo, dribbles to reset. Right-hand dribble, tries to drive on Jiffa. To Catchings. Back to Smurf with 6 to shoot. Head to Key. Drive, step back, long, 2. Good! And it climbed over the net, or over the rim and into the net. He had both feet kind of on that three-point line. It was definitely a two-point shot, and now Smurf with a foul in the backcourt after Ole Miss inbounds it, works it up the floor with Jiffa.
I tell you what, the more you watch Smurf Milliner, the more you realize that young man's really a clutch player. I mean, he makes big shots at big times.
And his big shot there a moment ago has put Georgia up by 4, 63-59. We got a timeout and 11:35 to go in the game. And we'll return to Steckman Coliseum in Athens with Georgia leading by 4 over Ole Miss. Now this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Is your current IT setup keeping you up at night? Are you tired of wasting valuable time on IT problems? Spend less time worrying about IT issues and more time growing your business. Liberty Technology gives business owners the peace of mind they need to focus on growing their businesses. We're not an IT vendor. We're a business catalyst. Visit libertytech.net. That's libertytech.net or call 770-229-9424 so you can focus on what matters, growing your business.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Pamlico Pool Company, they've been serving the Middle Georgia area since 1983. When they say they serve Middle Georgia, we mean all of Middle Georgia and the surrounding lake areas. Pamlico Pool Company installs custom Knight pools and vinyl liner pools designed for any lifestyle. They also do pool renovations and vinyl liner replacements, scheduled weekly or bi-weekly pool maintenance, pool equipment repairs and replacements, and so much more. Check them out today, 2585 North Columbia Street in Milledgeville. Give them a call at 478-452-1003. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram or go online to PamlicoPools.com. Dogs, it's time to tee it up at Barrington Hall under new ownership. And for the first time in over 20 years, it's locally owned. Barrington Hall is back and better than ever with great greens, a great layout, and one of the best tracks in all of Middle Georgia. New membership opportunities are now open. So call the golf shop at 478-259-7730 and get in the game. Whether you're chasing birdies or barking like a bulldog, visit golfbarringtonhall.com today. That's golfbarringtonhall.com. Go Dogs and go low.
It's Georgia men's basketball on the Superstations.
Georgia battling for that 15th win of the season tonight, leading Ole Miss with 11:35 to play. It's the Dogs 63 and Ole Miss 59. From jerseys to hats and more fan favorites, find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
Scott, Ole Miss last in the league in defensive rebounding, but they got 15 tonight. We only have 13.
Well, that's not fair.
No, it's not. If you're going to go by what the book says,
Dogs come out of the timeout. Smurf and Wilkinson and Blue Cane, Catchings and Somto are 5. Tyler Perry. Travis Perry. That's somebody else.
Yeah, it is. But it's a very famous name.
Jiffa, Comardine, Store, and Chest for the 5 on the floor for Chris Beard's Ole Miss Rebels. They've got the ball. Travis Perry inbounds it in backcourt to the French guard, the 6'5 senior into the front court. Dribbles, they screen to get Smurf off his back, leave him open for a little one-handed floater right of the lane. It's good from 8 feet. Comardine with his first points of the half. He's got 8. It's a 2-point lead for the Dogs, 63-61. Georgia has the ball in the front court with Smurf on the dribble. He works behind a screen from Santo. Feeds Blue in the corner. When he hit pass up the wing, we rotate to Wilkinson. Jeremiah with 20 points. Not looking for more here. Bounces it to Smurf in the corner. Sidestep left. Hits a 3. Good. Well, the fans on the side court there knew it. They were already standing, raising their arms.
Well, they had the best view.
They knew that 3 was coming, and it was going in, and it did. 66-61 after the Smurf 3. Ole Miss with a basketball. Comardine fires the Store on the left wing. Dribbles it. Pushes off Wilkinson. No call. Kick it back out to Perry with 9 to shoot. Short lob to Chest. Throws it down the lane and throws it away. Trying to get it to a slashing Travis Perry. But it was a bad pass. He led him too much, and he threw it out of bounds right under the basket. Dogs ball. We lead by 5, 66-61. A lot of time remaining. 10:25. Clock ticking here in the second half. Catchings. Holds. Now puts it on the floor with a left-hand dribble. Spins on the edge of the lane. Now fadeaway 2. Nicks the iron. Rebound picked up on the bounce by Ole Miss. Store has it. Smurf gets on him and defends him up the floor. Store through the legs on the dribble hole. He's wide open to the basket. We recover late. Santo got over and Store just threw it up and threw it out of bounds. There was no foul called on the play. Just chunked it right over the backboard.
He was driving towards him. He realized going the way he was going that it was going to be slapped in his face. And so he tried to make the adjustment and go over the top of Santo, and he made too much of an adjustment.
Ole Miss with a foul. And Comardine wanted to talk a little bit to Smurf. He was just called for it. That's his 4th.
And by the way, their next one puts the Dogs in the bonus again.
9:52 to go in the game. Smurf feeds it into Blue in the front court. Now Miller has it on the logo. Screen and roll with Santo. And pass is intercepted by Ole Miss. Rebels with a takeaway. Perry down the lane. Nobody there to defend. Lay up good with the left hand. And Mike White wants a timeout immediately.
Yeah, nobody even challenged that.
A defensive failure on Georgia's part that time, as we call a time, with 9:35 to go. Mike wants to get that cleaned up in a hurry. Immediate timeout right here with the Dogs up 5. It's Georgia 66. Nope. Dogs are up 3. My score had flipped over here. 66-63. Dogs beat Ole Miss on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Big games and big bills have one thing in common. They don't happen alone. We're the United Association of Plumbers, Pipe Fitters, and HVACR Technicians Local 72. And we're training the next generation of mechanical pros in Athens, Atlanta, and across the state of Georgia. The pipeline to your future starts here. Visit UA72.org.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Did you know that Creature Comforts is the official craft beer of the Dogs? Tropicalia and Classic City Lager you already know and love. But be sure to grab a Classic City Light this season, clocking in at just 95 calories and 3.5 carbs. Low calorie but big flavor. Want to enjoy the Creature Comforts of life, dog fans? Then we'll see you at Stegman Coliseum this season or anywhere good cold beer is served. 2 great institutions, 1 town, 1 team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em. 21 and over. Champions drink responsibly.
Along with Chuck Donald, Scott Howard back courtside here at Stegman Coliseum. Adam Lefty is our producer and engineer. Matt Schweikert, our Piedmont Healthcare Network studio host. And the Dogs have a 3-point lead over Ole Miss, 66-63 with 9:35 remaining in the contest. Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every 3-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. And tonight, the Dogs are loading up from Scana Energy. 13 threes in the game by Georgia tonight. We're 13 of 24 for a whopping 54% from the 3-point line.
Well, what has me concerned is that they're staying so close on the boards. Georgia has a 1-rebound lead in this game. And Ole Miss is not a good rebounding team by any stretch. I believe they're 3rd from the bottom in offensive rebounds and dead last in defensive rebounds.
We're neck and neck tonight. 6 lead changes, 7 ties. Ole Miss has played with the lead for 12.5 minutes. Georgia's played with the lead for 14 minutes. It is a tight ball game. Ross in Georgia have possession. Blue has it now on the logo. A low dribble. He weaves through traffic right of the lane. Will shoot over 2 defenders. Miss a bank shot from short range. Rebound Store for Ole Miss. Up the near sideline and into the front court as we approach 9 minutes remaining. Store, head of the key, jumper shot, won't go. Rebound, Wilkinson on the left edge of the paint.
Yeah, when we get them to miss, we get the rebound. They just haven't missed much.
Wilkinson drives on the left lane line, and Perry tries to reach in and tie him up. Doug Chow says he made a little contact there and was whistled for the foul. It's the 3rd on Travis Perry. That's the 7th team foul on Ole Miss. So the Dogs are in the bonus here the rest of the way. Jeremiah going to the line for a 1-and-1, they say. James Scott checks in for Corey Chest. Scott, 6'10", 225 forward, transfer from Louisville. Also played a year at College of Charleston. Free throw number 1 by Wilkinson is good. 21 points for Jay Wilt tonight. 67-63 Dogs.
Scott, look at Santo standing next to those 2 Ole Miss players. He is just huge. That's a big man.
Wilkinson made them both. Well, Perry was on one side, and he's not big. Scott's on the other. He is pretty big at 6'10", but Santo's still bigger. 5-point lead for Georgia, 68-63. Rebels have the ball. Jiffa along the top of the key as he dribbles. Now Perry has it on the left wing. Works against Blue Kane. Picks up his dribble. 9 to shoot. Ball goes back out on the perimeter to Jiffa. Jiffa weaves. Tries to go by Santo. Has to really throw it high. And he missed the shot because he had to go so high. Dogs rebound. Up the floor. Blue Kane has his pocket picked. Trying to take it to the backboard. Ole Miss with a steal. Jiffa out of the right corner for the Rebels. Into the paint. Jump stop. Perry. Head of the key. 3. Good.
Well, they won't go away.
They will not. Perry with all 11 of his points here in the second half. And it's a 2-point Georgia lead, 68-66. Ross to Santo to Blue. Catch and shoot 3. Rattles out. Will not stay in. Blue Cane just ice cold tonight. 0 for 7. And he's missed all 4 of his three-point attempts. Jiffa works against Ross for Ole Miss and is fouled on the left baseline trying to shoot in the act. He's got 2 coming as the foul is called on Jordan Ross. And that'll get us into a timeout again with 7:43 remaining. We said it was tight. It's still tight. 68-66, Dogs by 2. Back to Stegman Coliseum after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. The Superstations provide you, the sports fan, with local sports content on the radio and online at thesuperstations.com. Reach out on social media, Facebook at The Bill Shanks Show, and follow Bill on Twitter at Bill Shanks and at The Bill Shanks Show. If you have a question or comment about our programming or have an interest in advertising, email thesuperstations at yahoo.com. Local Georgia sports on the Superstations. Now, back to Georgia men's basketball on the Superstations.
105 years ago, from a simple belief that great coffee has the power to bring people together. After 5 generations, their family's still roasting smooth, rich coffee that builds community 1 cup at a time. Community Coffee, community in every cup since 1919. Discover more at communitycoffee.com.
Georgia has a slim 2-point lead over the visiting Ole Miss Rebels tonight. They're 1-2 in conference play thus far. Georgia 2-1. Rebels opened up with a loss at Oklahoma, 86-70. Then they lost at home to Arkansas, 94-87. Then beat Missouri in Oxford on Saturday by 7. The Dogs opened with an overtime win over Auburn, and then lost big at Florida, and knocked off South Carolina this past Saturday, 75-70. And we've got a tight one cooking tonight in league play with Georgia at 68-66 in front of the Rebels with 7:43 to go in the game.
And Scott, I'm surprised. We have not shot the ball as well or really kind of moved it in sync with each other as well as we normally do. Now, our percentage has been pretty decent, but we haven't done a good job on the boards, and I thought we would do better at that against Ole Miss.
We did have 10 assists on 13 baskets in the first half, but that's kind of slowed down in the second. Ole Miss at the free throw line, where Keza Jiffa, a 6'1 guard from France, hits his first free throw. He's a left-handed shooter. Transfer from High Point, spent the last 2 years there in the North Carolina school. And he hits both foul shots.
And we now have a 7-minute and 39-second game.
Tied at 68. Dogs ball, 3. It's not tied anymore. Was that Smurf or Wilkinson?
That was Jeremiah Wilkinson.
Wilkinson with his 6th three-pointer of the game. He's got 25 points tonight. 71-68 Georgia. 7:20 to go in the contest. Ole Miss has possession. Jiffa, high right wing, guarded by Dylan James, trying to wave off a man on the baseline. Now he dribbles on the left wing and feeds Perry. Step back, deep 3, straight away, good. Shot that one over Abson. Perry's got 14 points all in this half. That's his 4th 3. He's as hot as Jay Wilkinson dribbles, has it tapped away by Chess to steal Ole Miss. Here they go in transition, and a one-handed dunk with the left hand by Storr. And Ole Miss is taking the lead, 73-71. Dogs turn it over. Ole Miss turns it into points. Ross works against Chiffa in the paint. He's picked up his dribble. Lobs it back high left side to Millender. Smurf. Cross court to Wilkinson. Screen and roll Abson. Free ball. Wilkinson off the rim. No good. Rebound tapped by Abson to Wilkinson. He's stripped going up. Ball is loose on the floor now. And there's a lot of bodies on the floor. They call a jump ball a tie-up, and Georgia has the possession arrow. It'll be Dogs ball. 6:23 to go. Georgia trails by 2. They'll reset the shot clock to 20. And Georgia will inbound right of the basket in front court. 73-71, Rebels have taken a 2-point lead. Smurf feeds it into Abson, gives it back to Smurf. Millender hustles to the logo. Storr is defending. Smurf with a left-hand dribble. Now tries to drive by Storr. A bump, and a foul finally. Storr just body checking Smurf Millender. And 2 shots are on the way. No, is it going to be 1-1? Yes, it's going to be 1-1, they say. Third foul of the game on A.J. Storr, and that'll put Smurf at the free throw line. Millender with 11 points tonight for the Dogs. First trip to the foul line. Cannon catching Santos Surreal will check in for Dylan James and Justin Abson. 1-1 for Smurf. Clock stopped at 6:11. Free throw number 1 is good. Millender at 85, almost 86% this season from the line. Second free throw is in the air and good. 13 points for Smurf. He's tied it at 73. 6:05 to play. Ole Miss has the ball. Jiffa hops across the timeline, guarded by Smurf. Oh, my goodness. Ran right through. Somto took a whack to the face, I think. Somto may be injured. He's on the floor. And they call Somto for the foul. But he's up now and talking to the official. And the official says, I don't want to hear it. Well, he got whacked in the face, I think, by the Ole Miss player, but he was called for the foul.
We need to get a stop. We're not getting stops. They're getting shots, and they're making shots.
Storr, pump fake. Oh, they got a foul on Somto. Storr drove on the left baseline, pump fake, and got Somto to bump into it, and whistled for the foul. Surreal with his third. And 2 shots coming for Ole Miss guard A.J. Storr. We're tied at 73. Storr, 75% shooter this season. Right-hander, free throw is up and in. He has 18 points tonight and is their leading scorer. He had 26, a season high in their win over Missouri on Saturday. Second foul shot also good. 19 in the game for him. Ole Miss by 2, 75-73. Trying to come on the road and steal one from the Dogs. Georgia not done yet. Catchings dribbles on the wing. Up the wing it goes to Wilkinson. Jeremiah down the lane. Layup good. The seas parted it. The lane was wide open, Chuck.
Well, he faked the parting of the sea. He made such a good fake. Everybody went one way. He went the other.
We're tied at 75. Jeremiah's got 27 tonight. 5:22, 5:21 to play.
Well, let's get a stop.
Jiffa lobs to the rim. Chest mistimes his jump, and they botch the alley-oop lob. Dogs rebound. Smurf for 3 on the left end. Won't go. Catching rebound. And a dunk. And a foul. Did he miss the dunk?
Yep. No. They're giving him 2 shots.
Well, the dunk didn't go. I thought it went through, but he got fouled, and
we could
hit up the rim. It's a guessing game many times. Catchings is going to shoot 2, as Chuck said, with the game tied at 75 and 5:07 to go. And the first free throw is good. Cannon now with 11 points in the game. The 6'9" Catchings.
Got them both.
Knocked them both down. Good.
All right, the crowd needs to pick these dogs up right here.
77-75. Ross trying to steal from Commerdine on the inbounds, but got whistled for a foul instead. And it's going to be 1-1 for Ole Miss down on the right end of the floor. Clock stops with 5 to go. 8th team foul on the Dogs. 3rd on Ross tonight. And Ilias Commerdine, 6'5", guard from France at the line, 71% shooter. Shooting into the band to our right. Right-hander. Free throw, number 1 is good. Commerdine will get one more, and he can tie the game if he makes it. Second free throw is up over the rim, good. 77-77 is our score. Dogs will bring it up. Ole Miss drops the defense back into the half court. Ross will bring it over the timeline, dribbles slowly with the right hand on the logo. 5 minutes, now less than that remaining here at Stegman tonight. Ross on the right wing. Hand off to Smurf. Millinger dribbles near half court with a left hand. Now attacks, bounces it down to Catching, slashing along the baseline. Cannon is trapped in the half court. They move the ball quickly. Smurf's got it, got to shoot it, and his bank shot won't go. Santo with an offensive rebound, tries to muscle it up. He hits the rim, and he's fouled and knocked to the floor. In heavy traffic, Santos Cerrillo got an offensive rebound, went back up with it, caught the underside of the rim, and got fouled.
Now that's a shooting foul for Santos, so he'll get 2, but that is their 10th. So the Dogs now in the double bonus the rest of the way.
Fouls on James Scott for the Rebels. That's his first. And Santo to the free throw line. Number 1 is good on net. That's the first point of the half for Santo. He's got 7 tonight to go 7 rebounds. And Georgia leads by 1, 78-77. 4:34 remaining. Santo with free throw number 2. Ball's in the air. He's up on his toes. It's going to rim out. Scott got the rebound for the Rebels. Made one and missed one. Georgia has a 1-point lead. Rebels have the ball. Commerdine in front court. And, oh gosh, Santo with just a slight contact and a foul. That's his 4th. Bart Lennox with the call.
Well, now you're looking at what if this game goes overtime. He's got 4 fouls.
Should be a 1-and-1 for Ole Miss. Dylan James to the scores table. He's going to check in for Santo, who has to come out with 4 with 4:23 to go.
And I think that's the right move because as tight as this game is and has been, I mean, prospects for overtime are...
Commerdine with 10, and it'll stay that way. First free throw, misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound Ross. Dogs in the front court with a 1-point lead. Clock moving at 4:14, 4:13 now. Catchings, hops, takes the basketball, dribbles to the foul line, extended right side, steps back, and knocks down a long 2-pointer. Catchings now with 14. The Dogs lead by 3, 80-77.
Cannon coming up big with that shot.
Commerdine penetrates, throws it away. Nope, touched out by Georgia. I think Catchings got a hand on it, deflected out of bounds in the corner. It's going to be Ole Miss ball. And we go into the under 4 timeout. 3:51 remaining. They'll have 18 on the shot clock, and they have possession. The Georgia leads by 3, 80-77 here at Stegman Coliseum. And we're back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Kohl's new clearance markdowns are intense. Up to 70% off is the kind of deal that'll leave you feeling stunned and make you whisper things like, "Where have you been my whole life?" to a cardigan. Just take a deep breath, steady your cart, and try to act normal. But it's not possible. The savings are just too good. Shop new clearance markdowns now, in-store and online at Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
For 33 days, that's right, 33 days, 333 people will win. $333 in cash, cash.
Get ready for some instant wins, Georgia, because for 33 days, 333 people will instantly win $333. That's at least 10 instant winners a day.
Numbers are everywhere, there's enough to share, so pick and play Cash 3.
It all ends February 6th, so play Cash 3 from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
At Piedmont, quality care changes lives. Meet Amarius, a former UGA football player and current NFL athlete who suffered a serious injury. Piedmont got him back in the game.
When I got injured, I was worried about my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive.
Hear more at Piedmont.org/qualitycare. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Put an extra Go Dogs in your wallet with the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card. Order at regions.com/Go Dogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Georgia leads in this SEC contest tonight, 80-77. It was a 5-point Dogs lead at halftime. Ole Miss has outscored Georgia by just 2 points here in the second half. Georgia is shooting 43%. Ole Miss, who started the day last in the league in field goal percentage, is shooting 54% tonight. That's about 11 percentage points better than their average so far this season. So they're shooting at a high rate.
Yeah, and you kept thinking that would back down as the game progressed. That, their average would catch up with them. But that hasn't been the case. And in fact, they've shot the three extremely well tonight.
They're 10 of 19 on threes. Georgia 14 of 28. So both teams have dropped it in the bucket from long distance. Jeremiah Wilkinson leads Georgia with 27 points tonight. And he's got a career-high matching 6 3-pointers in the game. Georgia out of the huddle with Ross and Wilkinson, Smurf, James, and Catchings.
And we're in a delicate situation here with Somto with 4 fouls on the bench. We're going to have to see how Mike White plays this down the stretch here.
Ole Miss to inbound it, deep right corner. They throw it in up the wing to Chest, near half court on the near side. Shot clock begins to tick. Comerdine has it to Perry with 9 to shoot. Long 3, left side of the rim. One-handed rebound, Catchings. Dogs have the ball. He did. Nobody got a body on him, and he came just soaring in there to get that rebound. Dogs by 3 with the ball.
The score here would be huge. 2-possession game.
Ross works against Perry, curls to the rack, double teamed on the block. Near side to Wilkinson. Doesn't take the 3, will take the 2 instead. He reverses it up and in, but James, I think, got fouled on the baseline. Away from the ball.
Oh, they're counting.
They're going to count the basket and put the Dogs on the line. Is that what I understand?
Yeah, that's what the... Oh, and Chris Beard... Now, okay, the officials now. Looks like one official is going to tell the other official.
Yeah, Jason Baker and Bart Lennox are discussing it, 2 of the 3 officials.
Okay.
And now they're going to bring in Doug Shouse to get his opinion.
Okay.
They want to look at it.
They're going to look at it.
They're going to review the last play. Right now, Georgia's got credit for the basket, and
the previous play is under review.
At the moment, it's 82-77, and at the moment, we're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Bulldog Sports Network.
WXKO AM Fort Valley, W226 BZ Macon, W290 BB Montezuma, WCBH FM Pinehurst, WWKM FM Rochelle, the Superstations, a Shanks broadcasting station.
We're getting a look at the replay as the previous play is under review by the officiating crew here. Jeremiah Wilkinson on a drive got the layup to go. At the same time, Dylan James was being tossed to the floor by one of the Ole Miss players. Corey Chest, and they're trying to determine whether the basket will count or it's just a two-shot foul. And we'll get the word from Doug Shouse.
After further review, the foul came before the shot, so therefore there's 2 free throws for Georgia.
So no basket for Jeremiah Wilkinson. As you heard the explanation, it'll be Dylan James going to the line with the score 80-77. The 2 shots coming up for Dylan James. Foul on Chest was his 3rd. Clock with 3:17 remaining in the game. James' 2nd trip to the line here tonight. He missed his first 2 back in the first half. He doesn't miss there. Knocks it down here for his 3rd point of the game. Free throw number 1 is good. And he'll get 1 more shot. Dogs are in the double bonus. Ball's in the air, and the free throw's good right through the heart.
All net, both shots.
Yeah, Dylan steps up there and nails them both, and the Dogs have a 82-77 lead. Georgia by 5. Ole Miss has the ball. We approach 3 minutes remaining. Pinkins puts it on the floor against Ross. Down the lane, line up in the air. Oh, they get Ross for a foul.
He was vertical. And he was, you saw Jordan jump up and down. He absolutely was maintaining verticality.
Yeah, a quick look at the replay. That looked like contact administered by the offensive team. As he jumped into Ross, who had his arms extended to the roof. Free throw number 1 by Pinkins is no good. So
there you go.
A little justice served there.
Absolutely.
Pinkins has 15 tonight. Right-handed shooter, freshman 6'5" from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. 2nd free throw, rattles home good. He hits 1 out of 2. It's a 4-point Georgia lead, 82-78. This one headed to the wire. 2:49 to play. Dogs attack with Smurf to the rack. High kiss off the glass, won't go. Rebound. Dylan James battles, puts it back, won't go. Tap in by Catchings, no good. He gets another board and takes it out into the corner. Step through. His no-look pass deflected, but right to Jeremiah for a 3. Front of the rim, no good.
And they batted out.
Ole Miss knocked it out of bounds. Well, the Dogs were working the glass there.
Whoa! Where has that passion been on the glass tonight? And now we're going to bring number 2 back. That helps.
Somko back on the floor with 4 fouls. Dylan James gets a hug from Antonio Reynolds-Dean, Georgia's associate head coach, as he comes out of the game for a moment. Great work by Dylan James on the glass. Smurf lobs it into Santo, who hands it back to Millender. 2:27 to go in the game. Catchings works along the 3-point line. Dribbles away from his defender. Squares up, head of the key. Still dribbling. Catchings has it stolen. Store takes it and runs in transition, and the layup is good on the right end of the floor.
Well, the only thing good came out of that was we killed a lot of time.
82-80 now. Georgia with a 2-point lead. Catchings has it pocket picked, and Ole Miss turned it into points. 2 minutes to go in the game. Dogs have the ball. Smurf dribbles head of the key beyond the 3, picked up by Perry. The 6'1" Kentucky transfer works against Smurf, who works his way down the floor, tries to lay it up. It's blocked. Nice score. Ole Miss with a basketball. They got the deflection.
Well, their defense has been much better than ours.
Less than a minute 40 remaining. Ole Miss down 2, but they've got the ball. Comerdine, floater, one hand off the glass and off the iron. No good. Rebound, Georgia.
And Smurf comes up with the rebound.
Smurf's got it. Slowly walks it into the front court with a minute 20 to play. Georgia clinging to a 2-point lead. Smurf drops it off. Slow bounce pass to Wilkinson. Explodes down the lane. Windmill up and off the right side of the iron. No good. And a foul on Ole Miss. 2 shots coming for Jeremiah Wilkinson. Clock stopped with a minute 13 to go. Was that on Comerdine? No, it was not. Wilkinson on the line, left-handed shooter, free throw, all over the rim. Wow. Bounces in there good for his 28th point of the game. 83-80. Second free throw. Oh, same thing. Front of the rim, back of the rim, and through. Good.
It's okay. That's a 4-point lead.
It is. 2 more for Jeremiah Wilkinson with 29 in the game now. Georgia up 84-80 with 1:13 to play. Sellout crowd here. Edge of your seat stuff. Stegman Coliseum tonight. Over 10,500 in the building once again. Ole Miss with the ball. 7 seconds to play. Storr has it. Works against Smurf. On the left baseline. Into the right corner. Commerdine for 3. Good. Right in front of their bench. He hits his first 3 of the game and a timeout Ole Miss.
1 minute exactly. 60 seconds to decide this one. Dogs up by 1. Need I tell you, we need not to have an empty possession here.
84-83, and Chuck, that's their 11th 3. Georgia's hit 14 of those things tonight. But Ole Miss still with a better shooting percentage overall, 53%. And Georgia at 40% for the game, but leading by a point.
Yeah, we have not defended well tonight at all. I remember earlier this season when Mike White was furious because we allowed 82 points in a game. And right now, Ole Miss with 83. Now, the good news is we've got 84. But
one of the big differences tonight is points off turnovers. And Georgia doesn't have an inordinate high number of turnovers. We have 9, they have 8. But Ole Miss has scored 16 points off our turnovers compared to Georgia's 9. Dogs lead by 1. And Georgia to inbound the basketball. Have to bring it up the length of the floor. Smurf feeds it into Ross. And Ross will trot his way into the front court, right to left. Less than a minute to go. Georgia with a 1-point lead. Ross, one-handed pass to Wilkinson. Left-hand dribble away from the body. Drive, layup, good! And the foul!
That was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Why would you goaltend? Oh, my goodness.
Wilkinson now with 31 points. Matches his season high at 31 against Auburn in the SEC opener. Dogs by 3 with a chance to go up by 4. Wilkinson on the line for the Dogs. 48.4 seconds to go. Ball's in the air. Free throw's good. All net. 32 points for Jeremiah Wilkinson tonight. Dogs have a 4-point lead. 45 seconds. Ole Miss ball. Students starting to make some noise. Even the season ticket holders behind us are coming up. Santos surreal. Are they calling for a? They're calling for a goaltender there.
They must have, because they gave the basket didn't go in, and they've given them 2 points.
Yeah, he blocked the shot, or he deflected the shot, but I think it came off the glass when he hit it. And they quickly call 2 points for Ole Miss. So it's 87-85. Georgia by 2 with 34 seconds to go. And that down to the wire finish that we were talking about. Wilkinson has it. Started by Jiff out front. Now he's double teamed. He's going to drive and attack. Lay in, won't go. Rebound. Oh, Georgia came up short. Ole Miss has it. And they've got numbers stored in the rack, and we're tied on the lay-in. 87-87. Georgia has it. 17 seconds to go. Shot clock is off.
No timeout.
Smurfs letting it roll in the backcourt. Now he picks it up. The clock begins to tick. Dogs are going to play it out, apparently. 13 seconds to go. 10, Smurf into the paint. Double team there. Needs some help. Needs some help. He's surrounded. Back to Ross for a 3 with 2 seconds to go. No good. Tap in will go off the glass. We're tied and going to overtime.
I was afraid of that.
87-87. 5 minutes on the clock. We'll play 5 more minutes here in Athens tonight. Georgia and Ole Miss are tied at 87. As we go to overtime, we'll take a quick timeout and back to Stegman Coliseum right after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Going to overtime here in Athens tonight. Georgia 87 and Ole Miss 87. Well, we played overtime against Auburn in the SEC opener. The Dogs won that one 104-100. We had an overtime loss to Clemson in Charleston back in November, 97-94. So overtime game number 3 for the Bulldogs this season. And they'll go to the center circle and jump it off. Samto Surreal ready to jump for Georgia. And he's got 4 fouls, remember. And Corey Chest at 6'8" will be in the center circle for Ole Miss. There's the toss and the tap controlled by Ole Miss. And here we go. 87 all. Coverdine works to the right. Ole Miss with the first overtime possession. Store, step back deep in the range 3. Hits the rim, no good. Catching, one-handed rebound. Mike White saying, push it up the floor. Let's go, let's go. Catching's on the dribble. Being chased and now double teamed. Skips it to Samto. Just left of the circle. He feeds it back to Smurf. Millender weaves through traffic into the paint to Ross in the corner. Here comes the 3. It's short. Woo. Rebound, Ole Miss. Ross, a 33% three-point shooter this season. Comerdine, jump pass into the corner for Ole Miss. Neither team has scored yet here in the overtime. We're still tied at 87. Store with the dribble. Step back, long 2 in the circle. Back of the rim, and no good. Ross with the rebound. Outlet on the far sideline to Wilkinson, who's got 32 points tonight. Feeds it back to Ross. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Jordan Ross is holding it. Guarded by Pinkins, but not real tight. Feeds it up to Wilkinson. Backdoor feed now to Ross. Beautiful pass, Wilkinson. Lay-in by Ross is good. He just fireballed it right under the bucket from about 35 feet.
That was a great pass, but a good look.
89-87, Dogs go in front. 3:23 in overtime. Ole Miss with the basketball. Comerdine. Wilkinson goes for the steal, can't get it. Comerdine curls around, fires a 3, won't go. Samto with a rebound. One of the back officials calls a foul on Samto, a push, and that's it for Samto.
Oh my God.
That's his 5th. He's just fouled out of the game.
Samto has a word for the official as he walks out.
It's his 5th disqualification this season. And that includes one for a flagrant 2 foul down in Gainesville. So 2 shots for Corey Chest now as Samto is fouled out of the game here in overtime with Georgia leading by 2. Chest at the free throw line, just a 45% foul shooter, but number 1 is up and in. That's his 6th make in 12 ties. So 1 free throw, and he improved 5% on his shooting. Second one is on the way. He knocks them both down. Not bad for 45%. He beat the odds.
That's the guy you want at the line, yeah.
We approach 3 minutes to go. We're deadlocked in overtime. Wilkinson holds on the logo. Dylan James is in the game now. Santo's gone. He fouled out. Wilkinson, deep three, won't go. And a foul on Ole Miss on the rebound. And they got Keza Jiffa that time, the 6'1" guard.
Who's going to the line? Is it Cannon?
James.
Oh, it's Dylan James. Okay.
2 shots for Dylan. Ole Miss has got 3 guys with 4 fouls at the moment. Tied at 89. Dylan at the line. Free throw number 1. Good. $90-89, and Georgia wants a timeout. So Dylan will have to wait to shoot his second. 30-second timeout. We keep it here. Well, we can take the break. Let's take the break. I think they're going to turn this into a full timeout. All right, we'll take the break with them. We're in overtime in Athens. Georgia 90, Ole Miss 89 with 2:57 to go. We'll come back right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Piedmont, quality care changes lives. Meet Brad, a healthy former Marine who unexpectedly suffered 5 heart attacks and then heart failure. He credits Piedmont with saving his life.
The teamwork it took to provide me a path forward through a surprise heart failure and almost 5 months of intensive care in 3 different Piedmont hospitals is difficult for me to even imagine, but you guys nailed it. How do you thank someone for the gift of life?
Hear more at Piedmont.org/quality care. Piedmont, real change lives here.
You need all the energy you can get for game day. Luckily, at Georgia Power, we know a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit GeorgiaPower.com/myenergy to learn more.
Georgia has a 1-point lead over Ole Miss. We are in overtime here at Holdout Stegman Coliseum tonight. SEC game number 4. The Dogs are trying to scratch their way to a 3rd victory in conference play, but it is not easy at all. Dylan James on the foul line with 1 more free throw to go, and Mike White wanted a timeout before he shot the second one.
And Scott, what's been rather unusual is a guy that has put us on his back and carried us so often, Blue Cane, was not on the floor the final 3 minutes and 50 seconds of regulation, and has only been on the floor for 12 seconds since that time.
Kane with 3 points tonight, 0 for 7 from the field. He's missed all 4 of his 3-point attempts. 4 rebounds in the game and 3 out of 4 from the foul line. But as Chuck pointed out, not on the floor here late. Santo has fouled out, so he won't be on the floor the rest of the game. And the Dogs have a 1-point lead with another free throw to go and 2:57 remaining in overtime. Ross is in foul trouble for Georgia. He has 4. Chest, Storr, and Comardine all have 4 for Ole Miss. Storr's their leading scorer, and he's got 25. Wilkinson, the leading scorer for the Dogs tonight, with 32 points on 9 of 18 shooting and a career high matching 6 3-pointers in the game. All right, Dylan back on the line. He's ready to go as soon as they turn him loose. James tonight, 5 points, 3 for 5 from the line. Try to improve those numbers right here and give the Dogs a 2-point lead. Free throw, good. Stepped up there and drilled it right through the heart.
He's hit 4 big free throws down the stretch for us here. That's
Dogs 91, Rebels 89. Overtime with 2:50 to play. Storr has the handle for Ole Miss on the wing. Runs into a double team inside the arc. Feeds it back to Jiffa. Jiffa with a left-hand dribble. Backs up between the circles. Now left of the lane line. Feeds it into Chest. He slides in the paint. Fade away 2 right in front of the basket. Hit the back of the rim. No good. Rebound Dogs. Georgia with a chance to go up by 2 possessions here if we can convert. 2:20 to play in overtime. Ross with a slow left-handed dribble on the wing. Now on the baseline. Into the paint. Picks up his dribble. Lobs back towards half court to Wilkinson. 8 to shoot. Jeremiah attacks down the lane and tried to shoot or send it to James. And Ole Miss just reached up there and stole the ball. And then the Dogs foul. Dylan James called for the foul. That's his first. And both teams in the double bonus, so 2 free throws coming for Ole Miss and a chance to tie it down on the right end of the floor. And Wilkinson kind of stubborn on that drive, wasn't he? Chuck driving
he really was.
Right into a double and eventually a triple team.
Triple team and still tried to put it up there.
Jiffa at the line shooting a pair for Ole Miss. Free throw number 1 is good. Keza Jiffa, 6'1", 175, 81% free throw shooter. And a transfer from High Point after the last 2 years. He's a left-hander, and he knocks down both foul shots to tie it at 91. 2 minutes to go in overtime here in Athens.
I'm thinking Doug Show's worked double overtime last night in Knoxville.
Catchings for 3. Good!
How about that?
Kenneth Catchings with a big 3 from the left wing. Catchings with 17 points. 94-91 Dogs. Ole Miss called for a travel on Store in the lane.
He did. He planted the pivot foot, but then he dragged it. He dragged it because I think he was trying to look for a pass, to make a pass, trying to look around the defender, and he dragged that pivot foot. I mean, that's basic basketball, easy for an official. Easy call for an official.
Dogs by 3 with the ball and 93 seconds to go in overtime. Smurf with a slow right-hand dribble high on the left wing. Gets a screen from James. He rolls. Feed Catchings on the wing. He moves to his left and gives it back to Smurf. 10 on the shot clock. Millender takes a peek at the clock, looks at the sideline. Deep 3! Wow, no good. Rebound. James fights for it. Ole Miss going to get it. Jiffa on the full run. 1 against 3. Oh, and a touch foul. In the Ole Miss front court on Jeremiah, I think. They got Wilkinson for the foul. That's his second. And 2 shots coming from Rebels. Stops the clock with 69 seconds to go in overtime. And Jiffa back on the line. 94-91. Dogs by 3. Ole Miss shooting free throws. Number 1, good. Jiffa perfect tonight from the line. He's 5 for 5.
He is perfect. I mean, he has not missed all night.
The left-hander, now 6 for 6. You were trying. It's a 1-point Georgia lead, 94-93. Clock ticking at 107. 106, we're in overtime. Georgia has the ball and a 1-point lead. Ross on the dribble. On the near side. Gets a screen from James. Mike White wants a timeout. Georgia calls time.
I think the crowd had to call it for him. The official, he was standing there telling the official, and the crowd finally stood up and, hey, he wants a timeout.
Dogs will use the 30. We'll keep it right here. 57.3 seconds to go. 18 on the shot clock for the Dogs. We're in overtime after finishing regulation tied at 87. Santos Surreal has fouled out of the game. Jeremiah Wilkinson has 32 points as Georgia's leading scorer. A.J. Store, the top scorer for the Rebels. 1 of 5 in double figures for them. He's got 25 tonight after he scored 26 on Saturday in their win over Missouri.
Well, at this point, what I'd like to see is Georgia not run the clock down, but go ahead and attack the basket, see if they can pick up a 5th foul on one of their players, but at least draw a foul and get to the line.
Dogs with Ross and Wilkinson, Millender, Catchings, and James are 5 on the floor. Ross has 4 fouls, trying to inbound the ball. Just beats the 5 count, zips it into Smurf, who jumps over the timeline. Had gone into backcourt, but came back closer to the ball to take the inbound feed. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ross curls down the lane, and his layup attempt is blocked by Corey Chest. who will then deliver a little trash talk to Jordan Ross. He knocked it out of bounds on the block. 4.2 seconds for Georgia on the shot clock. Smurf to inbound. Well, we don't have Santo to throw it into the lane to on the out-of-bounds play. Catching's curled into the corner. We give it to James. 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. Smurf launches a 3. Oh, side iron rebound. Ole Miss. 36 seconds to go in overtime. Georgia by 1, 94-93. Ole Miss has the ball in the front court. Comerdine gets a screen from Chest. Dribbles with the left hand, now the right. Picked up by James. Into the circle. Feed it back to Store. Leans in for a deep 3. NBA range is no good. And the rebound is touched out by Georgia. It'll be Ole Miss ball. 18.7 seconds to go. Dogs bench checking to see if they challenge the call, but they don't. Ole Miss is going to have possession.
And Ole Miss wants timeout.
Now the officials are saying, hang on, nice. I don't want a timeout. I didn't want a timeout. Bart Lennox gave him a time, and then they wave it off.
Was that the old Kirby Smart? I was just...
Kirby's across the way at courtside seats if you want to go ask him. All right, Ole Miss ball, 18.7 seconds remaining in overtime. And Georgia leads by 1. Catching's jumping up and down on the inbound. And now Ole Miss will use a timeout as they couldn't get it in, and Chris Beard got a little antsy and called a time right as they were delivering the ball inbounds.
And he called a 30.
.7 seconds to go, overtime. Georgia 94, Ole Miss 93.
Yeah, he may have thought he was just clapping, you know.
Again, if you want to go ask to get a definitive answer.
He would know, wouldn't he? And he had a good view from over there on the courtside seats.
So Ole Miss burns a 30-second timeout here. Shot clock is off with 18.7 seconds remaining in overtime. And Georgia leading by 1, Ole Measley point. Oh, my goodness. You know, we said after the Auburn game, we only have 17 more of these. And that was an overtime 4-point win. And, I mean,
yeah, that was
every game is like this, it would seem. Now, Florida certainly wasn't like this, but everything else is just nail-biter, white-knuckle ride. Ole Miss throws it into Store underneath the basket, and he lays it up and in with 17 seconds. They just threw it right into Store. He had position right under the basket, and they've taken a 1-point lead. Millender attacks for Georgia. Throws it up.
Draws a foul.
The spin off the glass.
Beautiful
Rolls the
play.
opposite way on the layup attempt, but he got fouled. And 2 shots for Smurf. And Comerdine is fouled out of the game for Ole Miss. So 10.2 to go. Dogs down a point. And Smurf going to the line for 2 free throws in the double bonus in overtime.
My goodness, Scott.
Store with that bucket on the other end. Now with 27 points in the game for Ole Miss.
This game now 2 hours and 25 minutes old. And it seems, so help me, like we started sometime yesterday. There's been so much drama down this
If we go to more overtimes, you might be able to say that in just a little bit. Smurf to the line. 2 shots coming. He makes them both. The Dogs will be in front. Millender at 85%, almost 86 at the line this season. Free throw number 1, no good. Hits the back of the rim. Well, now we need this one to tie the game. Smurf walks away from the line. Gathers himself once again. Shrugs his shoulders. Deep breath, ready for the ball. He can tie it here. The right-hander delivers. Free throw, good. We're tied at 95. Ole Miss has got the ball. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Chippa over the line. Gives it back to Store. Store spins, shoots, 2-pointer. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound tapped up. Ole Miss hits it at the horn.
Was that good?
Pinkins. Yeah, I think so. They're going to review it. Ole Miss is celebrating.
Previous shot is under review.
Like they won the national championship. Coaches are trying to get them back on their side of the floor. They just did a lap around the court here at Stegman.
No.
Pinkins got the rebound and put it back up and in. It looks like with either a tenth or 2/10 of a second remaining in overtime when it went through the hoop. And it looks like Ole Miss has won, at least looking at that quick replay up on the video board. 97-95. Looks like it's going to be the final as the Rebels win it. Still waiting on the official word from the referees down to our right as they're reviewing the play. Ole Miss got that last rebound and put it back up and in after missing the original shot.
After review, the goal counts. Ball game.
Ole Miss a winner, 97-95 in overtime. So they break the Dogs' hearts here at Stegman Coliseum tonight. Georgia with the loss now 14-3, 2-2 in league play. Ole Miss also 2-2 in the SEC, and they win their 10th game of the year, now 10-7. Ole Miss a winner in overtime, 97-95. We'll get our Regions locker room report underway right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to win the SEC tournament.